Good day, good day, good day, good day. I hope everyone is doing great. I hope everyone is doing great, guys. So, today is not the analysis. As you can see, the topic. Actually, I'm just going to talk about the best technical analysis tools you will ever need in the market, guys. Today, actually, I don't really need the video. I'm just going to actually give you the pure information we actually need. People really need this type of information because there is so much stuff going on in the market and there are so many tools that you need to use, but sometimes you don't know which one to use. So I just actually made this video for that. If you don't mind, smash that subscribe button, like, share with your friends. So this tool actually to me is the best technical analysis. Sorry, is the best technical analysis tools that you can use in the market. Yes, we have different ones. We have moving averages, we have trend lines, we have Fibonacci's, we have Bollinger Bands, etc. There are so many, guys. There are so many. But there's candlesticks, patterns, there's so many things that you maybe you can use as tools actually to analyze so that you can able to buy or sell in the market. But today actually on this topic, this is supposed to be a very small video, just because it's straight to the point. So what's going to happen here, I'm just going to explain so that you understand, and I'm just going to show you how to draw them actually on your chart, right? So it's a resistance and support. I can see that I did not write that correctly. Let me change that very quick. It's a resistance and support area. So I'm going to explain them and how to draw them and how they can help you. And so that, because mostly they just say resistance and support and you don't actually know or understand what that means, you see. So resistance and support are two important concepts in technical analysis that helps traders identify price levels where the market is likely to reverse or pause, right? They are based on the idea that supply and demand determine the price movement of an asset, right? So let's go straight on resistance then. Resistant zone, resistant area, right? It's a price level or a zone where the sellers outnumbers. Let me repeat this so that you can understand. Resistant is a price level or a zone where the sellers outnumber the buyers and push the price down, like when the market is pushing lower around this area. We call that a resistant area. So yeah, let's get back again. So I want you to understand this actually. I want you to understand this. You can also see here, this is a resistant area. When the market is doing what? Is pushing lower. That is called a resistance. So let me repeat that very quick. A resistant is a resistant area or a zone. Actually, it's a price level or a zone where the sellers are outnumbers the buyers and push the price down. It acts as a ceiling that prevents the price from rising further. Resistance can be seen as an obstacle for an uptrend, as it indicates that the buyers are losing strength and sellers are gaining control. When the price reaches a resistant level, it can either bounce back down or break through and continue its upward momentum. So on this one, actually, we can see that the market, once the market reaches here, it starts to do what? To bounce back. When the market reaches this area, the market starts to do what? To bounce back. Yes, sometimes the market can do what? The market can break out. And this thing, this breakout is also a different topic. I will come and cover that and show you how that works, right? So I hope maybe that it's simple. So the market creates this sort of a ceiling, and once the market reaches this area, you can see that the market loses that strength. And mostly 90, let's say 70% of the time, these areas, they can be like almost perfect. So you can see once the market reaches this area, the market was actually bouncing back. You see, mostly is around the same level, around quite same level. So I hope you see that, and I hope you can now identify that as I explained that to you, right? So let's go on the support area. On the support area. So on the support area or support zone, which is this one here, So let me explain that before I actually draw that for you. A support is a price level or a zone where the buyers outnumber the sellers and push the price up. You can see once the market reaches this area, it means the market is no longer going to do what? To push lower. The market finds a support there, start to bounces back, right? So it's a price level or zone where the buyers outnumber the sellers and push the price up. It acts as a floor that supports the price from falling further. The price was falling. The price was pushing lower. You can see that. The price was falling. But once it reaches this floor, the market started to do what? To bounce back. The market started to do what? To bounce back. The market started to do what? To bounce back, right? So it acts as a floor that supports the price from falling further. Support can be seen as a cushion for a downtrend, as it indicates that the sellers are losing strength and the buyers are gaining control. When the price reaches a support level, it can either bounce back up, as I showed you here. The market is trying to do what? To bounce back, or break through and continue to downtrend. That once the market does that, we call that a downtrend. The market is breaking out, but here we can see that the market did not break, so which means the market is continuing with that. So let's see a support. I don't see where I can show you the support area where the market breaks, or maybe let me show you around this area. We had a support around this area and the market break through this support structure. So that is called a breakout, but I'm going to cover a breakout on a different video. I hope this helps, right? I hope this helps. So let's go on that again. Let's go on this. Resistance and support level can be identified on chart using various methods such as trend lines, moving average, pivot point, Fibonacci traces. So actually in the market, there are so many different names actually, or different tools that we can use on the market. Actually, those tools, they actually shows us the support and resistance 90% of the time. So it's good actually to understand that. So let me show you another thing is, you see, mostly we identify support and resistance like this. So the market moves between this. This is going to be what? Our resistance. Like here, you can see this is our resistance. On the bottom here, it's our support, right? Quite similar to here. So when the market is trending, whether up or down, when the market is trending, like here, you can see the market is trending. When the market starts to trend, you can see that the support and resistance is still there, but in a diagonal form. The market will be creating something like this, or let me make this a line or a yellow one. That will be fine. Yeah, so once the market is starting to actually to move in an uptrend or downtrend, the market will still continue with the same support and resistance, but in a diagonal form. It's the same structure, but this structure now, it's in a diagonal form. You can see that this is still the support and this is still the resistance. You can see that. You see. So this is just the same thing. Even if we call this support, resistance, trend lines, they still explain the same thing. They actually still explain the same thing. We are still trying to explain that this is a support, this is a resistance, this is a support, this is a resistance. Do you see that? So from now on, I hope you're not going to get confused when we talk about resistance and support. It's just the same thing. When you talk about trend line, it's just the same thing. So let me go back on that. Because I don't really want to make this video very long. So resistance and support levels can be identified on charts using various methods, such as trend lines. I already showed you with the trend lines, which this is a trend line, this is a trend line. Or you can see here, those are the trend lines, right? Moving average, pivot point, Fibonacci and stuff, or etc. So they can also be influenced by psychological factors such as round numbers, previous highs and lows, news events, etc. You see, so sometimes news, mostly because we know that this is a resistant. Most traders, they're going to buy around this area. This is actually what we're talking about. News, resistant, all those things, they actually have a very nice influence in this resistance and support, right? So actually resistance and support levels are not fixed. You should actually understand this. Resistance and support levels are not fixed. That's why we see there's a chance that the market can still break out, right? So okay, let me go back on that. Resistance and support levels are not fixed, but rather dynamic and changing over time. They can also switch roles when they are broken, meaning that a broken resistance can become a support and vice versa. My resistant line here, you see that resistant line, you see this resistant line. Once it's broken like this, is going to be my support. Do you see that? Now it's my support area, because now the market is respecting that area to push the upside. That now it's my support. That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. You see, I hope maybe you understand that, and I hope you're gonna practice that, right? So resistance and support levels are useful for traders, right? Because they can help them decide when to enter or exit a trade. So let me say, let me show you here. Let me show you here. You can see here, as I've been explaining on this support and resistance, you can see this support and resistance. So let's say maybe you entered here and you already identified the resistance area. Once you see the market reaches this area, obviously you will know that, oh, it's time for me to do what? To get out, because we are very closer to the resistance, and the market can do what? The market can go down. If maybe you sold around this area and you already identified the support area, you will know that, okay, the market is reaching the support area, and what happens on the support area? The market will bounce back. You will actually know when to get out. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear. If that is clear, smash the subscribe button there, right? So let me just repeat that, because maybe you just need to hear that twice. Resistance and support levels are useful for traders because they can help them decide when to enter or exit a trade, where to place their stop loss, and take profit orders. I hope maybe this is quite simple. If maybe we had a buy around this area that support, obviously we might have a stop loss below this area, because we see that, oh, the market doesn't really play around this area, so our stop loss can be there. If maybe we were selling, our stop loss can be here. We see that, oh, the market is just respecting this area. It doesn't really push that much. If it pushes that much, it means maybe we're getting a breakout, right? How to actually, let me just repeat that. Resistance and support levels are useful for traders because they can help them decide when to enter or exit trade, or where to place their stop loss and take profit orders. It's actually take profit, and how to anticipate potential reversal or continuations of the market trend. I hope this make some sense, guys. So as I don't really want to make this video, I think this will help someone who actually need to hear about this. So this is the tools that you can use actually in the market. You don't really actually need so much stuff. You just have to understand what are these actually tools what are this support and resistance. And if you can now able to explain that and put that on the chart, you can able to understand. And maybe the next topic will be maybe trends, maybe trends lines, how to draw those trends lines, maybe the time frames, or on the comment section you can tell me which topic do you want me to cover. That can be also good. So thank you very much. This is Kenzo. Thank you very much.